Alexander's, Smyrnium Olusatrum. A biennial umbellifer with a flowering time ranging from April to June and generally growing from about 3 to 4 feet in height, although I have come across the occasional clump that have been almost 6 feet tall. Alexander's was commonly grown throughout much of Europe in the past and was sometimes known as Hipposolinum or Solinum or horse parsley. That's because they regarded the plant as the largest of the parsley family. In the British Isles, Alexander's ranges from the southern coasts to the north of England, mainly inhabiting coastal areas, although it will be found inland because of its former cultivation as a pot herb and salad ingredient. Indeed, Thomas Pennant in the 18th century observed that Alexander's almost covered the southwest corner of Anglesey, where the plant was boiled and greedily eaten by sailors returning from long voyages. However, the foliage, which is fresh, light yellow-green when young, but becoming considerably darker as the plant matures, has a pungent, spicy aromatic quality that is not to everyone's liking, and it is also bitter. If you were thinking that the leaves look a bit like those of celery, you'd be right, because they are related plants. And one of the tricks they had in the old days to reduce the bitterness was to earth up Alexander's plants as they started their second year growth, essentially light blanching the shoots, as is sometimes done with celery. This makes the leaf and stem material much more palatable, and they can be stewed or preserved. In the absence of light blanching the foliage, I tend to aim for the very first shoots or sprouting leaves like this one, since these haven't developed a high level of bitterness and aromatics. The somewhat nondescript flowers also have an aromatic quality, and this can be extracted into a vinaigrette salad dressing, for example. From the pollinated flowers, Alexander's sets large seeds, which also have an aromatic quality, becoming brown or black when mature and having distinct ridges. I use these for flavouring rice to give it an aromatic quality for Middle Eastern food. As for the flower bud clusters, these can also be used, and one of the 15th century manuscripts I have occasion to use at the British Library actually lists the buds specifically as a salad ingredient. They're just about okay once cooked, and not as pungent as older foliage. Indeed, they work rather well as a pickled item. The roots have a dark brown skin, but inside the flesh is a sort of parsnip colour, and is, again, highly aromatic to a point of being almost overpowering. In the old days, the pickled roots were eaten raw as a salad item, with oil, vinegar and pepper as a form of medicinal cuisine, the roots regarded as creating appetite, causing digestion and strengthening the stomach. Finally, on another herbal front, a poultice made of boiled bruised leaves was supposed to heal old sores and ulcers. So there you have it, Alexander's, Smyrnium Olusatrum, very much a springtime plant, but also showing young foliage in the winter months, providing the climate is clement.
If you're interested in knowing more about wild foods, check out the course schedule on the Wild Food School website.